mother of two children, is admitted to the ICU in critical condition. Now she fights for her life and for her children. Have you ever questioned how fragile life truly is? Imagine being at the peak of your joy, surrounded by family, only to have it all shattered in an instant by a devastating accident. This is the story of Mary, a devoted mother whose world turned upside down in a heartbeat. Against all odds, Mary embarks on a miraculous journey of recovery that challenges the limits of human resilience and the power of love. What does it take to pull through when the odds are stacked against you? Is it sheer willpower, or is there something more profound at play? As Mary fights for her life, she discovers an unbreakable bond with her family and the relentless dedication of a medical team determined to see her through. The day started like any other for Mary, a loving mother of two. She was on her way to pick up her children from school, her mind filled with thoughts of dinner plans and weekend activities. But in a split second, everything changed. A truck ran a red light, crashing into Mary's car with a force that shattered the normalcy of their lives. Emergency responders arrived quickly, pulling Mary from the wreckage and rushing her to the hospital. The scene was chaotic, the sound of sirens piercing the air, but Mary's world had gone silent. She was unconscious, her body broken and battered, her life hanging by a thread. At the hospital, doctors and nurses moved with urgent precision, stabilizing her for transport to the intensive care unit. Her injuries were severe, and the prognosis was grim. As word spread, her family and friends gathered, their faces etched with worry and disbelief. Mary was more than just a patient to them. She was a beacon of love and strength. Her husband, Tom, arrived at the hospital, his heart in his throat. Seeing Mary hooked up to machines, fighting for every breath, was a sight he could barely comprehend. He held her hand, whispering words of encouragement, willing her to hear him through the fog of her unconsciousness. The medical team worked tirelessly, doing everything in their power to save her. Hours turned into days, each one a test of endurance and hope. Mary's children, too young to fully grasp the gravity of the situation, asked when their mom would wake up, their innocent questions cutting deep into the hearts of those around them. Despite the bleak outlook, Mary's spirit was unyielding. Against all odds, signs of life began to emerge. A flicker of movement, a slight change in her vital signs. Each small victory was a beacon of hope. The doctors monitored her closely, adjusting treatments and rallying around her, determined to help her fight through. Mary's battle was far from over, but the seeds of hope had been planted. Her family and the medical team held onto those glimmers of progress, drawing strength from each other and from Mary's remarkable resilience. The journey ahead would be long and arduous, but with every passing moment, the possibility of recovery grew stronger. In the weeks following the accident, the atmosphere in the ICU was a mix of tension and hope. Mary's condition had been critical, but there were subtle signs that she was fighting her way back. The first flicker of her eyelids was a momentous occasion, witnessed by a nurse who had been by her side since the beginning. It was a small, almost imperceptible movement, but it spoke volumes about Mary's resilience. Tom, who had barely left Mary's bedside, felt a surge of hope when he saw that first sign of life. He squeezed her hand gently, his voice filled with emotion. "Mary, if you can hear me, we're all here with you. Keep fighting. We love you so much." The medical team was cautiously optimistic. They had seen miracles before, and Mary's determination was palpable. Each day brought new, albeit tiny, improvements. Her fingers twitched, her breathing steadied, and her vital signs began to stabilize. These changes were incremental, but they were enough to galvanize the team and her family. One morning, as the sun filtered through the hospital blinds, Mary's eyes fluttered open for a brief moment. Tom was there, his heart pounding with anticipation. "Mary, it's me, Tom. Can you hear me?" Her eyes, though glazed and unfocused, seemed to recognize his voice. Tears streamed down Tom's face as he whispered, "Welcome back, sweetheart. We've been waiting for you." News of Mary's progress spread quickly. Her children, who had been kept from the ICU due to its severity, were finally allowed brief visits. Their presence seemed to spark something in Mary. She tried to smile, her lips curling slightly at the sight of her beloved kids. It was a sight that filled the room with warmth and renewed determination. The doctors and nurses continued their diligent care, now infused with a renewed sense of purpose. Each day, they pushed Mary a little further, encouraging her to respond, to move, to fight. Physical therapists began gentle exercises to stimulate her muscles and prevent atrophy. It was grueling work, but Mary's spirit was unbreakable. One particularly significant day, during a routine check, Mary's doctor asked her to squeeze his hand. For the first time, she managed a faint but deliberate grip. The room erupted in cheers, the staff and her family celebrating this milestone. It was a testament to her incredible willpower and the relentless support surrounding her. Mary's recovery continued to defy expectations. The small victories accumulated, painting a picture of remarkable resilience and strength. Her first coherent words were a heartfelt declaration of love to her family, a moment that brought everyone to tears. She whispered, "I love you all so much," her voice weak but filled with emotion. As the weeks turned into months, Mary's progress was undeniable. She began to sit up, then to stand with assistance, each step a monumental achievement. Her family and friends remained her constant cheerleaders, their unwavering support a crucial part of her recovery. Mary's journey from the brink of death to the cusp of recovery was nothing short of miraculous. Against all odds, she had fought her way back, defying every grim prognosis. Her story was one of hope, determination, and the incredible power of love and support. It was clear that while the battle was far from over, Mary's indomitable spirit would continue to guide her on the path to full recovery. Mary's path to recovery was illuminated by the unwavering support of her family and the dedicated care of the medical team. Every day, they surrounded her with love, hope, and tireless efforts, creating an environment where healing could truly take place. Tom was the anchor of Mary's support system. He was a constant presence in the ICU, holding her hand, whispering words of encouragement, and bringing reminders of home. He decorated her room with family photos and drawings from their children, turning the sterile hospital space into a sanctuary filled with love and warmth. Tom's belief in Mary's strength never wavered, and his determination to see her recover fueled the hope that permeated their lives. Mary's children, though young, were a source of immense strength and motivation. Their innocent smiles and heartfelt hugs reminded Mary of what she was fighting for. When they visited, the rooms seemed to brighten, and Mary's spirits lifted. She drew strength from their presence, and they, in turn, found comfort in seeing their mom's progress. The medical team became an extension of Mary's family. The doctors, nurses, and therapists went above and beyond their professional duties, pouring their hearts into her care. Dr. Stevens, Mary's primary physician, led the charge with a blend of expertise and compassion. He met with the family regularly, explaining each step of the treatment plan and answering their questions with patience and empathy. Nurse Karen was a constant source of comfort and care. She spent countless hours at Mary's bedside, monitoring her condition, administering treatments, and providing a reassuring presence. Karen's gentle touch and encouraging words were a balm to Mary's weary spirit. She celebrated every small victory with the family, her joy evident in the smile that lit up her face. Physical therapist Mike played a crucial role in Mary's recovery. His sessions were challenging, pushing Mary to rebuild her strength and mobility. He approached each session with a mix of determination and humor, making the grueling process more bearable. Mike's belief in Mary's potential was unshakable, and his encouragement helped her achieve milestones that once seemed impossible. The family and medical team worked in harmony, their collective efforts creating a powerful force of healing. They celebrated every step forward, no matter how small. When Mary took her first steps with the help of a walker, the room erupted in applause and tears of joy. It was a moment that symbolized not just physical progress, but the strength of the bonds that had carried her through. Mary's friends and extended family also rallied around her, providing additional layers of support. They organized meal trains, ran errands, and filled in the gaps to ensure that Tom and the children had everything they needed. Their acts of kindness and solidarity reminded Mary that she was not alone in her fight. As Mary's condition improved, the sense of community and shared purpose only grew stronger. Her recovery became a testament to the power of human connection, showing that with love, support, and relentless dedication, even the greatest challenges could be overcome. Mary's story was not just one of personal resilience, but also of the extraordinary impact that a united, compassionate effort could achieve. Mary's healing journey was marked by hope, love, and unwavering support. Her family and medical team had formed a circle of care around her, their combined strength lighting the way through the darkest times. With every step forward, Mary felt the weight of their belief in her, pushing her to keep fighting and reminding her that she was never alone. Together, they transformed a story of tragedy into one of triumph and hope, proving that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit could rise and prevail. Mary's journey through intensive treatment was nothing short of a marathon. Every day was filled with challenges, but each small victory brought her one step closer to recovery. The path was long and arduous, but Mary's spirit remained unbroken, fueled by the unwavering support of her family and medical team. The treatment plan was rigorous. Mary underwent a series of surgeries to repair the damage from the accident, each one a critical step toward her physical recovery. The operating room became a second home to her, where skilled surgeons worked tirelessly to mend her broken body. Each surgery was followed by a tense period of recovery, where the slightest sign of improvement was celebrated as a triumph. Physical therapy sessions were grueling. Mike, the physical therapist, pushed Mary to her limits, helping her rebuild strength and regain mobility. The exercises were painful and exhausting, but Mary approached them with the determination of an athlete training for a championship. Every stretch, every step, every lift was a testament to her resilience. Mike's encouragement was relentless, his belief in Mary unwavering. "You're stronger than you think, Mary. Keep pushing. You've got this." The emotional toll was equally challenging. Mary struggled with moments of frustration and despair, questioning if she would ever return to the life she once knew. In those dark times, Tom was her rock. He sat by her side, holding her hand and reminding her of the progress she had made. "One day at a time," he would say. "Look how far you've come already. We'll get through this together." Her children's visits were rays of sunshine in her long days of treatment. They brought laughter and love into the hospital room, reminding Mary of the life she was fighting to reclaim. Their innocent questions and hopeful smiles gave her strength to endure the pain and push through the setbacks. "When will you come home, Mommy?" they would ask, their eyes filled with hope. "Soon, my loves." "Very soon," she would reply, drawing strength from their faith in her. The medical team monitored her progress closely, adjusting treatments and celebrating milestones. Dr. Stevens was a constant source of knowledge and reassurance. He guided Mary through the complexities of her recovery, explaining each procedure and its purpose. "We're making progress, Mary. Slow and steady. You're doing great," he would say, his words a lifeline in the sea of uncertainty. As weeks turned into months, Mary's hard work began to pay off. She transitioned from using a walker to taking steps on her own. The first time she walked across her hospital room unassisted, the room erupted in applause. It was a moment of pure triumph, a visible marker of how far she had come. Tears of joy streamed down her face as she embraced Tom, who whispered, "I knew you could do it. I'm so proud of you." The road to recovery was still long, but Mary had proven her strength and resilience. Each day brought new challenges, but also new victories. She learned to celebrate the small steps, knowing that each one was a crucial part of her journey. The intensive treatments, the physical therapy, the emotional support, all were pieces of the puzzle that, when put together, created a picture of hope and healing. Mary's progress was a beacon of inspiration to everyone around her. Her story became one of determination and the incredible power of the human spirit. She showed that with relentless effort, unwavering support, and a heart full of hope, even the longest and most difficult road could be navigated successfully. Her journey was far from over, but Mary faced the future with confidence and optimism. She knew that no matter what lay ahead, she had the strength to overcome it. Her progress was a testament to her courage and the love that surrounded her, proving that the most challenging journeys often lead to the most beautiful destinations. The day Mary had longed for finally arrived. After months of grueling treatments, intense physical therapy, and countless small victories, she was ready to go home. The hospital staff gathered to celebrate this milestone, their faces beaming with pride and joy. They had witnessed her incredible journey firsthand, and now they were sending her off with their best wishes. As Mary was wheeled out of the hospital, her family awaited her with open arms. Tom's eyes glistened with tears of happiness as he helped her stand and take those first steps toward the car. Her children, bursting with excitement, ran to her, wrapping their arms around her in a tight embrace. "Welcome home, Mommy!" they shouted, their voices filled with pure joy. Mary's heart swelled with emotion, her eyes misting over as she hugged them back. The drive home was filled with a mix of anticipation and relief. Mary looked out the window, taking in the familiar sights of their neighborhood. Everything felt new and precious. When they pulled into the driveway, a surprise awaited her. Friends and neighbors had gathered, holding banners and balloons to welcome her back. It was a heartwarming sight, a testament to the community that had supported her throughout her journey. Entering her home, Mary was overcome with emotion. The house was filled with the comforting scents and sights she had missed. Her favorite flowers adorned the living room, and a delicious meal was prepared in the kitchen. It was a warm, welcoming environment that made her feel instantly at ease. Over the next few days, Mary settled back into her routine, rediscovering the simple joys of daily life. She savored the moments spent with her family, the laughter and love that filled their home. Each day, she grew stronger, her progress a constant reminder of the incredible journey she had undertaken. One evening, as the family gathered for dinner, Tom raised his glass in a toast. "To Mary," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "Your strength, your courage, and your determination have inspired us all. We're so grateful to have you home. Here's to new beginnings and a future filled with hope and happiness." Everyone clinked their glasses, their faces shining with pride and love. Mary's homecoming marked the beginning of a new chapter in her life. She embraced the challenges ahead with renewed determination, knowing that she had the support of her family and friends. Her experience had taught her the value of resilience and the power of love, lessons that would stay with her forever. She resumed her hobbies, finding joy in the activities she had once taken for granted. Gardening became a therapeutic pastime, a way to connect with nature and nurture new life. She spent hours tending to her flowers, their vibrant colors a reflection of her newfound appreciation for life's beauty. Mary also dedicated herself to giving back to the community that had supported her. She volunteered at local organizations, sharing her story and offering hope to others facing similar challenges. Her journey became a beacon of inspiration, a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always a glimmer of hope. As the days turned into weeks, Mary's strength continued to grow. She celebrated each milestone, big and small, with her family by her side. They laughed, they cried, and they embraced every moment, grateful for the second chance they had been given. Mary's homecoming was not just a return to the life she once knew. It was the start of a new, more meaningful journey. She faced the future with optimism and a heart full of gratitude, ready to embrace whatever came her way. Her story was a testament to the power of love, hope, and the unbreakable bonds of family. It was a story of resilience and renewal, a journey that had transformed her and everyone around her. And so, Mary stepped into her new life, surrounded by the love and support that had carried her through. She knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she had the strength and the courage to overcome them. With each new day, she celebrated the gift of life, her heart filled with hope and joy.